This is the story of Atalanta. Atalanta was known as the bravest, the best hunter and athlete in ancient Greece. And the nice thing about this story is Atalanta is a woman. Unfortunately, there will be a little bit of tragedy, but we'll try and get out of this with a happy ending.
All these Greek stories are about men doing amazing things. Why aren't there any myths about women heroes?
Well, what about the story of Atalanta, one of the greatest hunters and athletes that ever lived?
Who are you and where on earth did you come from?
I'm Artemis, the goddess of hunting. And be more polite to me in the future, my dear. I turn people into trees for not minding their manners.
Yes, your goddess. I mean your huntress.
Don't worry about titles, just listen to the story. When Atalanta was born, her father the king was sad, not happy, like many Greek fathers of his day.
I wanted a boy to become a great hunter and make me proud. There's nothing I can do with this girl. Just take her away and leave her on a mountainside somewhere.
What a rat her father was.
He was a rat, but he wasn't a very successful rat. The baby girl lived.
But how?
Animals proved kinder than humans. A family of bears adopted the child and raised her as their own. They taught her the secrets of the forest. She became a great hunter. With amazing speed, she could chase down her prey. And with her sharp eyes and steady hands, she became a deadly shot with her bow and arrow.
But if she stayed in the woods all by herself, how did she become famous?
I'm afraid I had something to do with that. One day I got rather mad at one of the local rulers, King Aeneas, for not paying enough attention to my temples. They were getting a bit run down, you see, and people weren't making offerings to me anymore. So I sent a good few little presents. Actually, it was kind of a big present.
I bet he was pleased.
Would you be pleased if a giant fire-breathing boar with razor-sharp tusks appeared in your backyard?
A boar! Help me! Help my kingdom! Oh, somebody do something!
What's so special about this wild pig? Just send someone out to kill him and apple and his stuff and have it for supper.
I'm afraid that won't do, my dear. This boar is the size of an ox. His tusk can slice down trees. Flames shoot from his snout. And if it's destroying all of our crops, and if we don't take it down soon, we'll have no harvest.
Well, then send all the best hunters in the world after it. Together they can bring it down, I'm sure.
So a call went out for Greece's greatest hunters. Among the top shots who arrived included a brave warrior named Jason and Theseus of Athens. Aeneas' son Meleager and his two uncles headed the hunting party.
Wow, what a group of heroes. This will go down in history as one of the greatest hunts of all time. Wait a minute, who's that?
Atalanta strolled into the middle of the crowd. Her beautiful hair was knotted into a ponytail. She had an ivory quiver full of arrows slung over her shoulders and a powerful bow in her hand.
I've heard you needed someone who's a good shot.
At that very second, Meleager fell in love with Atalanta. Unfortunately, not everyone was pleased to have Atalanta on the hunt.
A woman on the hunt? Who has ever heard of such a thing so foolish? She'll be nothing but trouble. I know it. Send her away.
Wait, she stays. Anyways, I'll bet she'll prove to be the best hunter of us all.
She's already bewitched our nephew. We'll have to keep an eye on her.
Remembering their purpose, the hunters set aside their disagreements over Atalanta and set out to defeat the gigantic boar.
We'll search high and low for that overgrown pig.
I don't see that ugly beast anywhere. Let's look deeper in the woods.
So they stepped carefully into the darkest part of the forest. In the midst of the tall trees and fallen branches, the hunters grew nervous.
Look out! Oh, sorry. I thought that stump over there.
There it is!
My big boy seemed but they saw it. It raced straight past them, leaving them in great confusion. Their weapons went flying in all directions. Only luck had kept the hunters from killing each other.
Hey, next time watch where you throw that spear.
I didn't throw that one. Mine landed over that stump over there. Oh, no, there it is!
Only Atalanta kept her cool. As the boar crashed through the trees, she aimed one of her arrows carefully and let it fly. The missile struck the boar right behind the ear and knocked it down.
Now, Meleager, use your spear and finish the job.
I'll try.
With that, the prince thrust his spear into the unlucky boar, killing it and freeing the people from its deadly rampages.
Oh, disgusting! Okay. Oh!
the tusks and the hides.
Wait a minute, nephew. You killed the beast. Surely the prizes are yours, not the she-bears.
Please, watch your tongue, Uncle. Besides, Atalanta deserves the prize, just as she deserves my love.
Prince, I don't know what to say.
I do. You're not getting any prize, and you're certainly not getting my nephew. You're just a nobody from the wrong side of the forest.
With that, their uncles turned their weapons towards Atalanta. Meleager was prepared. In love and rage, he drew his sword and shot. When Queen Althea, Meleager's mother, heard what happened at the hunt, she was torn apart inside.
How could my son have done such a terrible thing? He killed his own uncles to defend that wild girl. My brothers must be avenged, but to avenge them would mean I'd have to kill my own son. What can I do?
After hours of agonizing thought, she decided there was no other choice. Her own son would have to give him his life, pay for the deaths of his uncles.
Servant, go to the back of my closet and tap on the wall. When you have heard a hollow sound, you will look on my secret hiding place. Break down the wall and bring me the chest I've kept hidden there all these years.
The servant did as the queen commanded. In time, he returned with an old box covered with 20 years' worth of books. The queen opened it to find an even older log that had been charred by a fire.
Put this on fire.
The servant again did as the queen commanded, though he thought it strange. He returned to find the queen sobbing.
I've carried out your orders, great queen, but will you tell me why you kept this plain old log for so many years?
It's a story that pains me. One night when Meleager was just a baby, I sat before the fire, singing my child to sleep. I must have fallen asleep too, because I had a terrible dream.
What was it, your highness?
I dreamed I saw the three fates, the women who lead the events of our lives and decide when we will die, holding a short piece of yarn.
The boy's life will not be long. It will end when the log in the fireplace burns out.
I leapt up and with my bare hands pulled the burning log from the fireplace, put out the flames, and hid the log so that no harm could come to my son. But now my son has killed my brothers.
The servant turned to look at the log blazing away at the fireplace. Meanwhile, Atalanta and Meleager were talking.
Atalanta, you're so brave, strong, and beautiful. You know, I'm single, and I'm wondering if you could give me your Facebook?
Meleager, you don't look well. You're sweating. You have a terrible fever.
I feel like I'm burning up. Please, get me some water.
Your highness, the fire is almost out.
She'd better hurry. What could she do?
Atalanta raced to a nearby stream. She cupped her hands and caught up some water and returned to Meleager's side. When she returned, she found him dead. In just a short time, she had fallen in love with him. Now he was gone.
Some God's hand is in this. Here's what I say to you. Since you've taken away the man I loved, I'll never love another.
With that, she disappeared in the forest, swearing in her heart that she would never, ever marry.